Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ji ayanu bakhair agale ni hao chune shumme washmale ohai guzaimus guten morgen hola bonjour previous kaifahar and a very amazing khush ahmadi to everyone who's tuned into PT World and are watching World this morning alongside the very pretty Mariam Shazad and Shazad Khan. Hello Mariam, how are you today? A very good morning.
Hello and Assalamu alaikum Shazad and a very good morning to you. I'm doing great and I hope you guys are doing very well and you're ready to kickstart your day with us, me and Shazad.
Yeah,
We
about
have
that.
a wonderful lineup for you guys today. But before that, we need to see what's going around the globe. Let's go straight to our top stories.
Wow, that's cool. Good morning, people.
Federal Cabinet with Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi in the chair unanimously endorsed the stance of National Security Committee and expressed deep disappointment over recent statements of the America leadership.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has expressed solidarity with Pakistan against threats given by the US President and said that his country is standing by Pakistan at any given situation.
Pakistan Navy has successfully test-fired naval cruise missile Harba. According to Pakistan Navy, the missile is capable of hitting its target from surface to surface and ground assault.
Congratulations, Pakistan Navy. Way to go. And the death anniversary of dynamic national political leader, educationist, journalist, and a poet, Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar, is being observed today.
Pakistan beat New Zealand 11 by 120 runs in the one-day practice match at Saxton Oval in Nelson.
And last but not the least, you might want to keep yourself dry as Met officers predicted rain thunderstorm with snowfall over the hills at scattered places in upper parts of country today. And talking about rain, so I think rain is even expected in Islamabad, and the temperatures are actually go till 14 degrees till the 5 p.m. and exactly, well, the iPhone says that it's going to rain in between 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. So please make sure that you keep yourselves dry. And if there's anybody who actually wants to go to another city, I think this is the best time to go and drive. Please do not drive while it's raining, and please do not drive faster when it's raining, especially because the roads are very slippery. But time now for a public service message, and Mariam's going to do the honors.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about cleanliness.
All right, so the public service message is
We're going to talk about cleanliness. Cleanliness is very important. Keeping your mind, body, and everything around yourself clean is cleanliness. For me, and I think everybody else, personal hygiene is very important in our daily life. Like brushing your teeth, taking a bath, washing your hands before eating or after eating. It's actually a ritual in our home that my father-in-law insists on it, that we wash our hands before eating. Not only it's good for our health, but it's actually sunnah. Cleanliness is actually, Shazad, you would know, cleanliness is actually very important for
it
our
is
physical and mental health.
it is indeed, and I think there's just one or two things which I would love to share with all those people who are out there that while you're driving, you see quite a lot of people littering around. Please don't do that. Other than that, the other day we took our daughter to a park. So what we did was obviously she wanted to go on the swings and whatnot, but we could see people hanging out, having their chips and all of that junk food. But unfortunately, what they did was that they left all of that garbage right over there on the grass, on the ground, and on the floor. And I just felt a bit disappointed about people, whether do they even go to school, whether their parents educate them about cleanliness or hygiene or about not littering. Please make sure that you do not do that. Keep your country clean so that we are hygienically safe as well.
And please stop littering and throwing garbage out of your cars, besides making the road dirty, it also creates a problem of waterlogging. And when there is dirt, there is going to be diseases. Dirt and diseases always go hand in hand. Like for instance, what we do is whenever we go for a drive or a long trip, we keep a shopping bag in our car, and whatever we eat, we just throw it in the bag. And when we reach our destination, or when we reach back home, we just tie that up and throw it in our bin. So
Exactly.
instead of just eating crisps and rolling down our windows and throwing it outside, we just drink soda and just throw it in our shopping bag and just throw it in the bin. I think all of us should do that, and we should stop littering and making this society much more cleaner.
See, we are the best couple over here in Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, please don't litter at all and keep your country clean. But now moving on towards the topic of the show. So, Mariam, what are we discussing today?
Today we have some apt and wonderful guests with us, and with them we'll be discussing about freelancing. What is freelancing? How can we be freelancers? How can we be registered? Benefits, deficits, and effects of freelancing.
Exactly,
and
we'll
so on and so
definitely
forth.
talk about the benefits and the advantages and whatnot. But I think over here it is very necessary, and it is imperative to mention that Ms. Anusha Raman, the Information Technology Minister, actually came up with a master plan, and the master plan is actually with the name of?
DG Skills Program.
Yeah, so as we say digi skills, it is basically referred to as digital skills. And what's going to happen is that all over Pakistan, freelancers will be trained. And now what we need to know is that how are they going to actually hire all of those people, or do they have to apply themselves or whatnot? We are not aware of that. But the best part of the DigiSkill program is that freelancers are going to get training. And other than that, there is another program which is going on by the Punjab government in all the provinces of Punjab, which is with the name of PITB. I think so. These initiatives are being taken because I think that in the days to come, unemployment will be at increase. I think there'll be an increase in people not able to find jobs. So I think what they'll do is that they'll turn towards freelancers, or probably there are different websites, guru.com, freelancers.com. And especially, I think for all of those people who are good with information technology skills, this is the way to go, because people these days are getting consultations from freelancers. They're not telling anybody, even organizations, even companies. And I think that if the unemployment is going to be increasing in days to come, organizations are going to have a difficult time with human resource recruitments too as well. I think this is something which we are going to discuss, and on my right hand side we have got very amazing guests with us, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to figure out where my paper is so that I can actually do the introduction. So on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by somebody who is a freelancing expert, works on freelancing platforms, guru.com, upwork.com. She's none other than Miss Saima Akram. Hello, Saima. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you
Welcome,
very
and
much
thank you
for
for joining us
inviting
today.
us, inviting me for your program.
Thank you very much. We're not going to have lunch or dinner or breakfast, but we might offer you a cup of tea. So thank you very much for joining us. Alongside Miss
great.
Saima Akram, you've been joined by somebody very humble and a very modest guy. Has been working in the United States for more than 2 decades now, or I think even more than that. When you look at him, this is what you feel. And the only problem with him is that because he's been on the show quite a lot of times, is that he's a very mellow guy. So whenever you speak to him, he speaks in a very lower tone. So I requested him that, sir, please today, you have to be a bit vocal. He's none other than Mr. Salman Farooq, Chairman Horns Inc. USA, and he's an IT expert. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Welcome, and thank you for coming and joining us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's always pleasure to be here, Shahzad and the Mariam now, the team, the beautiful team actually.
Thank
and,
you.
Look forward to talking to you today about it.
All right. Let's go, Mariam, then.
So I just simply discussed and told something about freelancing. This was my take, and this is what I think. So what is freelancing in your opinion, and what do you think that the programs like DG Skills and Erozgar can help freelancers?
Well, DG Skills and e-Rozgar are probably something new to the Pakistani work environment. Freelancing has been around for a while now. For example, we've started many years ago, and even I've been freelancing for around 10 years now.
Right, right.
So freelancing has been around for a little while, and you were in your introduction you were just saying maybe that there's this unemployment is one of the bigger reasons that freelancing is going to expand
Okay.
more. I think there is also a shift of job market,
Okay.
that people are going to switch themselves more from their regular job. They feel a bit congested. Many of us,
Okay.
many people feel congested to work in some environment, in an office environment where they have to sit around for so many hours.
Yeah.
And especially in private sector, there are so much longer hours to work. It gets very difficult at times for people to manage along with their other normal life. So I think there is also a shift towards freelancing because of that factor. Uh, Now in a country like Pakistan, yes, unemployment is a big issue. Yes, it is going to increase in the coming days because unfortunately we do not have a job market upfront. We are producing a lot of IT talent. Students are pouring into the IT field, if you ask me. And every year it's going to increase.
Right.
For one, yes, we are an overpopulated country, and for the other thing, IT is a much more attractive field for the younger lot. So they feel like doing this thing right when they are entering into their universities.
Exactly, and I think for freelancing, you do not even need a professional degree, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. I mean, if you can use a computer, if you know how to operate
Yeah.
internet, or probably C++ and other things, you can get odd jobs too as well. But if you're an expert, there's a different dimension to it. So
I'd like to add up here,
Sure.
it's not just about CS. Freelancing is not just about CS.
well, you have to listen
Yeah.
carefully. That's why I said that if you're an expert, there's a different dimension to the field. But I just want to move on to Salman Saab over here. Now, Salman Saab, I think you're one of those people who pioneered this entire venture. You're an IT expert. You have a company. There are quite a lot of people. You told me that you come back over here. You've got employees over here too as well. Let's see and I'm sorry that I'm going to disagree that we obviously do not have a job market over here upfront, right? But I think that freelancing is more attractive for people because they have
That's
flexible
what I
hours.
mentioned.
They can sit at home. They can do whatever. But I'm going to take you back where you actually started your company. How were things then and how are things now?
I think it's good to go back in that sense. I started my career in US in 1983 actually.
So it's 3 decades now.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly. And then 85 I started my own computer company.
Wow.
I used to sell Apple computers. I even met Steve Jobs.
Wow.
So in that sense, going back, at that time there was no such thing as internet even.
Yeah.
Of course, that IT was very new, so it was very difficult even people to get into this market even, because you had to have a degree, you had to have a computer, was so expensive and all of that. So it was very challenging for people to get into, especially the new generation.
Yeah.
And there was always shortage, especially if you remember when the 2000 turned, 1999, and they had a huge shortage of IT skilled people because of the 2000 was coming in. Now, obviously, to me, it's heaven for programmers and IT people, period.
Yeah.
And the best part is not everybody can get a degree. It's not everybody's forte to get a degree. That doesn't mean they cannot be useful to the society and to the family and to the country, actually. And that's, to me, is a wide open field that somebody sitting in Timbuktu, or Fateh Jang, because especially Pakistan actually has one of the best IT infrastructure in the world. I really mean it. I'm very fortunate that I travel a lot. Like last year, I went to probably 8 or 9 different countries. And honestly,